Greetings, beloved friends of light. I am called your teacher to this day, El Morya. I am then the Lord of the first ray, the blue ray. Who can tell me, this is the beginning of class, who can tell me what that means? What is the blue ray? What have we been teaching and what have we been doing for all these many eons, huh?
Well, I know about the blue sword of truth, Archangel Michael,
Yes.
and I use that on a daily basis.
Right, good. That's one of the key elements, truth, of the blue ray.
It's one of the 7 rays, right?
One of the 7 rays that was first introduced many, many years ago, Madame Blavatsky, and beyond that to the many teachers of the Ascended Realms. So, it is then by the nature of why I'm here to give you teaching, to give you organization, to give you a sense of collaboration of all of your bodies into a specific purpose. So we speak wisdom and we speak truth. Never can be any other way, yes? Do you speak wisdom and truth with every breath, with everything you utter? Well, you do speak. And you do speak with every breath you utter an energy that is most often, more than not, an unconscious declaration of something. You speak out of habit. You speak out of boredom. You speak out of the feeling of necessity amongst one another to converse or to have exchange, to implore a request, to offer condolences, to offer wisdom as you perceive it, and so on. Not to judge that these things happen, but that is where the consciousness is much of the time. That the way you speak, what you utter, is truth, because you cannot really be separate from truth, but it isn't conscious, aligned truth a lot of the time. So what we are here this night to offer you is an understanding of how to assess, if you will, where you are in your spoken word, your intention, and the alignment of clearing into that which is, as Michael would say, the sword of truth, that which clears the debris that's in the way, the cords in the way of your complete freedom to speak only from the God presence that you are. The conversation this night is centered around the belief, the intention, and the pattern of organizing your spiritual life. So, let me say this. The first part of organizing is often decluttering, isn't it? If you have a big house full of stuff, an office full of stuff, a garage full of stuff, drawers full of stuff, in order for it to get organized, you first have to unpack enough of it to see what it is and create a clearing of the clutter of it. That's where it organizes. The first step of organizing in your physical world is not absolutely creating a perfection of a system that will never ever go awry, but it is clearing. That's number 1. Same for your emotional and mental bodies. Those clearing of the energies which have accumulated isn't to make judgments that this is good and this is not good, this is bad, this is evil, this is holy, this is sacred. It's not about making those judgments, it's about the value, creating and understanding the value of the moment that you are in an experience with an energy. If it is serving you, hallelujah. If it is not serving you, adieu. Farewell. Auf Wiedersehen. Goodbye. Don't let the door hit you where the sun doesn't shine.
Adios.
Adios. Go with God. Just in case somebody here was thinking they were playing in the realm of atheism, I didn't want to upset them with that phrase. You gods, you're all the same. So we like to play that there is really an important role for each of you to, let's first recognize that the decluttering and the organizing process that we're going to unfold with you and the reestablishing of order is not about perfection. I invite you then, if you have an aspect of your personality, whether you like to attribute it to being a Virgo, or simply having adapted from whatever you conceived an OCD personality, and you're really into control and extraordinary perfections, we invite you to let that be okay and put it outside that door for now. Because it's not about perfection. We will say everything is already divinely perfect as it is, and your perfection standards are not the divine standards set out by some big guy in the sky, right? They are oftentimes your own structures of beliefs, and that is not what we're going to deal with in the immediate. So let's just take that and pretend that you can box up in your declutter box of mental, emotional notions, and let's just put that out in that hallway out there, into beyond that door, just for now, to make room for the rest of this. Are you in agreement?
Mhm.
Because if I catch any of you trying to be perfect, I'll have to do something about it. You don't want to know. Thou art holy. Know this. Thou art holy. I wonder how many of you, if you're decluttering a physical space in your life, feel compelled that the only way you can let go of anything is to make sure it goes to a good person or a good place, or it has to be donated, or it has to be given to someone. How many of you, don't have to show me, because I know who you are anyway. That's a big belief that some people are hung up on, is controlling. I'm willing to let it all go, but I want to make sure that it doesn't get wasted. It has to go to the right person or the right situation. What if I tell you, you can have freedom from even that? That's not for you to decide. If you have an encounter with something or someone in such a way that you become epiphanied with a concept, you have this need, I have this, I'm going to make the exchange. That happens rarely. It happens. So that's not what we're speaking of. We're speaking of the calculated control that sometimes gets played in making sure that what gets decluttered from your space is not wasted. If you're either complete with it or you're not, number one, right? If you're not complete with it, a good sign that you're not complete is making sure, holding on to the idea that it must go to someone or something, and after all you want a tax write-off. That's craziness. So imagine that you do that in your physical world, how much negotiating like that, how much control you're putting on your emotional and mental stuff as well. I challenge any one of you that has something they want to physically let go of in their life this week, before the end of the week. Figure out one thing. And I don't care if it's a piece of some underwear with a hole in it, or a piece of paper that came on your desk that's been sitting there for months, or whatever it is. It can be something brand new or used or whatever. It doesn't matter. Whatever you have a need to let go, I'm going to challenge you to go to your bin that gets collected by the city and give it a loving blessing and a burial, and you let go. But it's worth something. To who? To you, obviously, still. You either let go or you don't let go. And I'm not saying that you need to do that always with all matter, but it's an important exercise, especially if you're an individual that has been challenged with holding on-itis. Holding on-itis, yeah. That's your challenge. And if you've not been challenged with that before, then give it an extra blessing. Pick two things. What? Can I just put it at the side of the road so people can find it? No! You may not. You may not. Not according to this exercise I'm proposing, you may not. So, breathe deeply and feel the feelings of challenge or terror or humor that all of that idea is presenting to your being now. Oh, this is old stuff. Keep breathing. It's not old. It's now. You may have done this exercise many times, but I'm inviting you to find a new way to be conscious with it. And if you need a ritual, so be it. Letting this sacred blessing and gratitude for all that thing has served in all the capacities that you may not even know, let it go. I guarantee that enough of that, you will be completely healed of holding on itis. Then have a glass of water, a shot of juice, whatever is your thing to celebrate the cleansing process. So now you have organized your mental and emotional world. You're on the road to being fully complete with all of that. Some aspects you are, and many aspects you're not quite fully complete. You are intending and willing to be complete with it all. And there's even a sliver that still is in the whiny part of your being that says, well, I don't want to do any of it anymore. I don't like 2017. I don't like that stuff that happened. Boo-hoo. We just know that your intention is to be healed and to be free. And in order to have the great organization of your spiritual life, you need to be aware of where your energy is attracted into your form and into your life. So that you have the freedom from that perspective then to make clearer, bigger choices. So I invite you to recognize Archangel Michael's blue sword of truth in the palm of your hand. A laser blue light that just sort of burns at the core of your hand and calls itself up kind of like a lightsaber at your command of it. And let that cut through the strings of attachment you have to any of the things, people, or circumstances of this past year. Let it be clear. Let it be free. Free in your mind, free in your emotional body, free in your physical body. We don't have to tell you, it's basic, spiritual basic understanding, you could say 101, to know that what hasn't cleared itself up in your mental and emotional body ends up in the physical body for sure. Some of you have had that in a small way, in a big way, but you know that. There's an emotional and mental root to almost anything that manifests in the body. Even if you're born with some circumstance, it's not as a punishment, a karmic thing, but it's a conscious choice in order to experience something that wants resolution and opportunity somewhere. I have been in circles where that conversation has lasted hours, as people want to know, why do these things happen? When does it happen? What can I do to not have it happen? Those are important things. So for now, let yourself trust that that sword of truth will cut through and clear and set you free. Beloveds, know that I am. Thou art. You are whole, divine, perfect. And I am with you in all the choices you make, in the continuing clearing, in the continuing expanding, and all that remains, because you can't get rid of 2017 or any of that which was there. You can only find a way to be at peace with it, whole with it, love it, And if you get that mastered, most of it anyway, you're gonna find easy breezy 2018. Thank you, beloveds.